Musashi Sensei, what the are you doing? Boruto anime I just recently watched. This shit is utter garbage. Trash. Awful. I know Musashi's not writing this, but he's overseeing it. This shit is a waste of fucking time.
Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep. And yeah, you guys know what time it is. It's another Boruto video, and I'm going to try not to rant. Is that even possible? I don't know, honestly, because it always turns out to be one, and I don't mean it to be, because I love the Naruto franchise. Now remember, this is my opinion of the current arc in Boruto, and I will try to rationally explain what is wrong with the anime at the moment. Now we can all blame somebody and hate each other for having different opinions. I mean, this is the internet we are talking about here, so let's keep this civil, and you can write your opinion in the comment section below to share. Let's start a war. Let's start the 5th Shinobi War. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. We can't stop it, right? Definitely thing, you know what I'm saying. So by now, those of you that have been watching my videos, you know I love the Boruto manga. I think it's the true sequel to the series. I like most of the elements that Okyokodachi has created, and I love the development that it has with the story and characters. With that being said, a lot of you message me every week on Twitter and Instagram to review the Boruto episodes like I used to, and I just haven't been, because I honestly still feel as though it's lackluster, and you know, I don't want depression. So anyway, we get bamboozled every week whenever we try to put our expectations higher.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived. And
we get excited for an arc in Boruto, only to be disappointed with nothing original that rips off stuff from the original Naruto. For example, the Mist arc was ripped from the Naruto 7 Legendary Swordsman, but it was done really worse. Hidan villain with Mirai Sarutobi that states what we were all thinking was done worse. Mitsuki arc being all over the place, Octa basically being Zetsu but worse, and the list goes on and on. Sometimes I really do feel like fans have deliberately lowered their expectations and standards of what they expect from the Naruto franchise just so that they can enjoy the Boruto anime. For example, some Boruto fans would argue that you should just turn off your brain whilst watching it, goddammit. It's entertainment at the end of the day, why are you complaining? But excuse me, why would I have to do this?
That don't make no sense.
In my opinion, Boruto the manga does not require this, and if it does not feel forced at all. It has enough originality with exciting elements that justifies the means to the end. I look forward to every single Boruto chapter every month. Now firstly, let me point out the problems the anime has. Let's begin with the consistency problem, shall we? This is the biggest issue the anime always tends to have, and it's really jarring as a fan as it takes out the enjoyment of the series. I have repeated this every single analysis. This is what causes Boruto fans to not invest in the anime emotionally or intellectually, as they are forced to check out their brains. I'm sorry, Boruto writers, we're just not that stupid.
Are you sure about that?
Let's begin with Sasuke, shall we? Sasuke in the anime falls under this consistency problem. For example, comparing episode 120 and Boruto chapter 37, mind you, both got released in the same week. Sasuke Uchiha is the complete opposite of his counterpart. Anime Sasuke gets duped by enemy portal and jumps into his portal. Manga Sasuke dupes enemy with his portal and beats up Jigen. Anime Sasuke gets hot-headed and talks trash. Manga Sasuke remains cool-headed, and Jigen praises his intelligence and abilities, where he says he is the top priority target to kill. Anime Sasuke gets distracted by Boruto and takes his eyes off the enemy. Manga Sasuke is locked into Jigen, protects Naruto at the same time whilst explaining the enemy's abilities. Anime Sasuke has no chakra and cannot teleport back with his rinnegan for the sake of plot. Manga Sasuke has used teleportation 4 times in one day. So what am I trying to say? It's essentially the anime and manga are selling us 2 different stories, 2 different characters, 2 different products at the end of the day. You see the problem now, right? We basically all got cucked into believing that Sasuke was going to face Urashiki Otsutsuki, and if it wasn't Sasuke, then maybe Gaara. Nah, not today fam. Gaara has a 1-minute fight with Urashiki Otsutsuki. It ends and he's out of commission for the rest of the arc because he sealed him. He's carried by Genin ninjas back to his village. I mean, where the hell is the logic in this? Where are the Jonin in this S-rank mission? Where are the people to help protect the Kage on such an important mission where the whole planet is on the line? Why has Gaara been nerfed for the plot? This consistency issue is with Boruto as a character himself. Boruto in episode 120 and 121 displays characteristics of being immature. Konkuro, for instance, states this in episode 121 when Boruto argues with Shinki on minor issues regarding their mission Gaara has given them. Boruto in episode 120 decides to lie to everyone to train with Sasuke. An interesting premise for an episode, we can all agree. An episode idea we actually want. We want to see Sasuke train with Boruto. However, conflict between Boruto and Shinki is forced and childish. The fights are very predictable and bear no challenge with no choreography. It's like we all have the Sharingan activated whilst watching this shit show. It's like we're watching fight scenes in slow motion. People teleport for the plot. The animation is piss poor. People are I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm ranting. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Anyway, back to the point. The anime established to us that Boruto is intelligent, with his immaturity passing on after Onuki's death in the Mitsuki arc and Jugo arc and everything else that has happened. Boruto is a prodigy that learns things really fast. He got 100 out of 100 in his exams, and he also understands the ninja way due to making the people who cross his path with him, they change for the better, much like his father Naruto. Throughout his journey after the Mitsuki arc, Momoshiki arc and Jugo arc, it has been displayed to us multiple times that yeah, he can be a little emotional, however he has become mature. But the recent arc just makes his character a hypocrite and regresses his character once again. For example, in the Parent and Child Day arc, it was shown to us that he is selfless and he loves Himawari to death. He would do anything for her to make her happy. In addition, Boruto was warned several times after the Mitsuki arc that if he left the village without permission again, he would be in trouble. But here we are in the recent Urashiki arc that has started. It strips his character of what he has developed into as he interrupts an S-rank mission, he leaves without permission, and then he lies to Himawari and Hinata and his family. The way the Boruto anime writers have shaped his character, it makes him turn out to be a hypocrite, and this is why we end up hating his character, because it's so inconsistent. For example, he is suddenly reminded in this arc, oh, I want to train with Sasuke. Besides the fact that this wasn't mentioned to us for a good 66 episodes since now, Boruto then decides for this to happen, for what he wants, he needs to lie to his sister and Hinata to get it, and he leaves the village without permission once again. And how does this make any sense or consistent at all? Even in the Mitsuki arc, it was shown to us that his character wouldn't do something so irresponsible and selfish again. So if we think about this logically, in every arc we are getting the same repeated message on Boruto's character in the anime, that he is immature and he makes decisions based on emotions. Like, is Boruto's character secretly in the Izanagi or something? Why is his character getting the same arc every single time? Why is it the same development? I mean, even in this arc, Boruto is shown to us to be intelligent. Even in the Jugo arc, he outsmarted Sarada by finding the cave and he planned things out, right? But in this arc, in episode 120, he doesn't even plan his journey on how he's gonna meet Sasuke. It's such an emotional decision that he makes, and he goes on the train. It's so stupid, it doesn't make any sense at all. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. It just seems like they didn't plan anything on how this arc would play out. Anyway, with all of this being said, the anime could have redeemed this if they had planned and pulled this off correctly. Fans are getting tired of the perception of Boruto's anime character being a brat and overly emotional. The time where the manga needed to be adapted was after the Jugo arc, because the Jugo arc explored the concept of predestiny, as Boruto himself has a prophecy. Boruto's character at this point of time, how would it make sense as to why he behaves in the manner that he does during the Mujina Bandits arc, as he is mature? In fact, he's a pretty nice and swell guy that helps a rich boy that reminds a little of himself. He has a great fight and he becomes friends with someone by laying on a life lesson. But in this anime, he's just an immature dude. This is what the anime needed to do to start making Boruto likable and consistent. In the anime, he's all over the place. Sometimes he's immature, sometimes he's mature, sometimes he's logical, sometimes it's emotions. I mean, have you ever wondered why this dude even hated Naruto Naruto, but he fell in love with Sasuke? I mean, Sasuke is worse than Naruto. He could not even recognize his own daughter, fam. He never even went home. He just goes home to smash Sakura to get that punani. But, you know, somehow Boruto says, I want to be like Sasuke? I mean, my guy, are you not being a hypocrite? Naruto is the best father you can ask for in the whole franchise. By the way, shameless plug, but please smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe and hit the notification button as we talk about Naruto often on the channel. But back to the point. Boruto's convictions and goals in the anime is not strong or believable to the point where it can draw in fans to care about the story. That's another problem the anime has besides the consistency. The case is the opposite in the manga, where it's absolutely lit. In the manga, Boruto has a clear defined goal that revolves around the entire Naruto lore that we have learned. It involves the old generation we all love, as well as compelling new characters such as Kawaki, Koji, and Jigen. The fate of the shinobi world is on the line in the manga. He has to cure the calm seal, he has to use his pure eye, right? The stakes are real in the manga, whereas in the anime it's lackluster and fake. We know Boruto is alive in the future, so who cares? We want to learn the plot that explains why he has Sasuke's things in the future, the scar on his eye, and the pure eye. This is what the manga is doing. The anime, on the other hand, is a slice of life. I mean, can you really tell me what Boruto's goal has been in the anime in the past 60 episodes? Don't worry, I'll wait. Another problem is this whole arc itself. Have the writers forgot that Naruto can speak to all the tailed beasts? If you can remember, the Sage of Six Paths at the end of Naruto Shippuden stated in manga chapter 692 that Naruto has a little chakra of each tailed beast, which means that he is able to discuss and talk to all the tailed beasts if they need to, as Naruto is the central point of communication. This is canon, this is what we all learn. This plot hole gets even worse because Naruto has already displayed to us in Boruto the manga that he indeed still has all the tailed beast chakra within him, and he has displayed this to us against Delta in the manga. So why is it in the Shukaku arc airing right now, the anime tries to tell us that there is no way of communicating to Naruto and Konoha, which then causes Gaara to force Boruto and Shinki to take on the mission to transport him to Naruto? Why doesn't Shukaku just communicate to Naruto as they have this ability? I mean, the ignorance of the writers not knowing the lore of Naruto is pretty obvious. Another two problems regarding consistency is the power scaling and animation issues. Power scaling is basically non-existent in the anime. Nothing makes sense. Jonin essentially mean nothing, whilst the new gen Genin are stronger than them. There is no respect for the established rules of how a fight takes place in the Naruto franchise.
Check me out, check me out. Boom, bam, bam, bop. Bada bop boom. Pow.
Naruto is known for its strategic planning. The Boruto manga is continuing this trend in every single fight to determine who is the winner. However, in the anime, the same thing is not taking place. They just cue the fight music and somehow they use strategy, but they don't get to that by thinking about it, they just do it and succeed. Every single character gets buffed or nerfed according to the writing on who they want to win. For example, in episode 122, the puppet could dodge Shikadai and is not distracted by simple things. But then, the next episode 123, just because the hype music came on, this puppet can't dodge and he loses. There is zero power scaling in the anime that makes sense. Also, we have to accept everything at face value. There's literally no explanation as to how Tamari's new jutsu works, or how is it any different from her previous jutsu, the wind scythe. Shikadai also uses this jutsu somehow that he learned off screen, and then he says he can't take another step and he's out of chakra for using this new jutsu. But in the next scene, he does somehow have chakra and it uses shadow jutsu. However, I don't know what's going on. Another problem I have with this arc is the very message it is trying to portray. Kankuro, Shinki, and Tamari argue with Boruto regarding the duties about a ninja. Boruto himself has learned this lesson already through Sasuke, Mitsuki, Jugo, and Kakashi. However, once again, the anime decides to rehash this same lesson and becomes hypocritical. If I asked you, what is the most famous quote in Naruto, what would you say? Let me know in the comment section below. I, for one, would say it's Kakashi and Obito's saying of, "The those who break the rules are scum, but those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. I mean, Kakashi has kinda said this to Boruto already in the Chunin exam. Boruto kinda literally says this to Shinki and Tomari about how he feels about being a ninja. It's a message the anime has portrayed to us that is something is correct and we all agree with. This episode tries to flip the idea by saying that your duty is also the correct decision. It executes this message so poorly because it's wrong. It's not displayed correctly. It's trying to tell us that emotion isn't something that you should put into a human being, which is absolutely incorrect. Shinki is deciding to let Kankuro, his uncle, die, although that he loves him. I mean, how does that even make sense? Tomari also wanted to die and let the kids live on. That doesn't go with the message of the show at all, since it's a shonen. It's just stupid. Boruto even admits this himself because he's so intelligent. He says, we are not robots, we are human beings, we have emotions, and I'm gonna do both of them. I'm gonna save the comrades and do the missions. Boruto's character is the one that is saying the correct thing, but the anime tries to portray it in a way that he's wrong and he needs to mature. No, Boruto is right. What are you talking about? The other characters are the stupid ones. One last point I have about the anime is Naruto himself. Okay, I get it. He's Hokage, so he's busy with logistics. But the manga has already proven that Naruto is still an active ninja and he communicates with people like Ino to understand what is happening outside. He still protects the village and takes on missions. The Boruto anime always uses the excuse that Naruto is tired and busy in his office to make sure he's not on screen, whilst the manga does not do this. Naruto in the manga leaves his ordinary Hokage duties whenever needed to go into action and battle to protect the village and interact with other characters. Naruto is featured in every single arc within the manga, and he also chooses to help in S-rank missions by fighting Delta. He fights Jigen and he learns about the technology Sasuke has created. The anime is just all over the place, and that's everything I wanted to say thus far. Every single character like Naruto, Boruto and Sasuke are the complete opposite of the counterpart in the manga. Let me know what you guys think by following me on Instagram, Twitter or commenting below. I really like to know. Make sure to smash that like button and I'll see you guys next time.